Okay, welcome everyone. This is Middle School Monday webinar, and I am Brandy Parker. Today, November 17th, we are going to talk about some topics that you guys, first of all, have been asking about. Second, some things that have really been on my mind as well. So I'm going to go ahead, and this is me. Brandy Parker from Evans, Georgia, Greenbrier Middle School. I've been there. This is my 4th year, but my 9th year as a teacher. Oops. So this is what we'll be talking about today. After attending a STEM workshop, I was introduced to a program or a website called Listly, and we're going to talk about that and how I use it. Some STEM resources. Thank you to Carrie Beth Jones, who recommended Go Soap Box, and I'll talk about that as well. A new differentiation model called the digital differentiation model, and one of my new favorites called ThingLink, and how you can use that as a teacher but also as a student. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in. Hold on just one second. I'm making mine my questions box a little bit bigger. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into Listly. And right here, what you guys are seeing, this is some Web 2.0 resources. I'm not sure if you guys have ever had any kind of bookmarking program or I used a website and still have some of my resources on a bookmark website called Delicious, but I just really was not a huge fan of the name Delicious as the website name, and so I ran across Listly at STEM Forum conference that we went to. And it's super cool because it's really easy to use, and it's coming up right now. And I want you guys, it asked me, of course, did I want to start a new one? So hopefully you guys are going to get a chance to see mine. There it is. Okay, so this website program is great, Listly, because the website is list.ly, and it's great because I can take any of my web-based resources and I can add them to the list, and if it's any kind of established website at all, it will automatically give you a couple different pictures to choose from, and more like a logo or an icon of that website, and it'll also give you a little description, as you can see right here. So what I did was I took a lot of different resources and it just puts them in a list, and you can rearrange them if you'd like. You can, people can comment on them, you can comment, you can share the list with other people, and I just thought that it was an excellent way to keep up with all of my websites because my bookmarks toolbar is getting extremely thick and full of all kinds of different web resources that I use. Also, I can make these for students, and so I could make, let's say, if I wanted them to make a poster or some kind of online flyer, I could give them a Listly site or reference that they could go through and look at all the different things that they could use to make their poster with. Also, okay, so let's go back. I'll close that one. And also I have a Listly document that is for computer programming as well. You can see right here. Okay, so you really should try Listly. The other thing that's really wonderful about Listly is that you can go through, find other people's lists, and you can, let's say you like 1 or 2 or 10 of their resources on their list, you can that option, I think I showed you that it said relist. You have that option that you can add their resource to your list. So if you find something that you like. So next I'm going to show you, these are some, while I have them categorized as STEM resources, they really are any kind of resource. And I'm going to first show you this one, which is absolutely amazing. It is actually a PDF file, but I found it. It is an actual full book about, it's called the Super Book of Web Tools for Educators. And what is amazing about this is that it goes through, it's lots and lots of pages, but it goes through and tells you based on what level of school, elementary, middle school, or high school, and subject, what kind of resources, technology resources that you could use. Let me get to, see here you can see the best resources for elementary school. And then it gives you the name of the resource, the website, and then how you could use it, and different opportunities and things that I never would have thought of. So I'm just going to show you there is, if I can get there, there is one that is for middle schoolers, but a lot of these, not just the ones that are under the middle school area, I find, and I maybe beef up a little bit and give them to my students to use. So I thought maybe you guys might like this resource because it is, it gives a lot of explanation and examples of how you could use a lot of these tools, maybe ones that I've been throwing out there for you guys. So that is the Super Book of Tools for Educators. Now I know that you probably, have thousands of hours that you can sit at home and look through all this different stuff. But if you go through and you scroll pretty quickly through them, it doesn't really take that long to go through the actual tools now that someone has laid it out for us in that, easy to look at book right there. I have listed here also STEM science resources and problem-based learning websites. I haven't really had a chance to go through a lot of these, but when I went to the STEM conference, they gave us tons and tons of resources that maybe you could share with your other teachers or your administrators at your school, because I find that science, just like science teachers and math teachers, they know their curriculum, but when STEM is being thrown at them, they are sometimes at a loss of how they can incorporate the technology into their classrooms. So you might want to, forward those on possibly, or see how you could use those science resources into your classrooms, using your computers or something like that. So those two, those last two resources or more, maybe you might want to share, possibly. So now I was going to talk about Go Soapbox for formative assessments. When Carrie Beth brought this up to me, I asked her for maybe some kind of new topic that I could talk about today, and she brought Go Soapbox up, and I am going to click here on the actual website, and I signed up for it, and basically it is a student response system, but it's all web-based. I guess sometimes maybe you could call it similar to today's Meet, and it's like a clicker tool, but students could do it on smartphones, they can do it on tablets, and they can do it on desktop or laptop computers, and you can get real-time insight into whether or not your students are getting the information that you have been presenting or talking about. One thing that I thought was great, that I'm going to switch back to my PowerPoint just for a second, is I liked the fact that it has a confusion meter, and that is awesome. It has a confusion meter, and it'll let you find out whether or not the students have the ability, or excuse me, whether or not the students have been gaining the knowledge that you have wanted them to get out of whatever, they've been researching or talking about. Only the teacher can see the names of all the students. The students cannot see any other students' names, so they won't be able to see whether or not Johnny or Jill said that they got the information or they understood the questions that you had been asking. So I thought that was also a good thing. It doesn't point them out and show their information to the other students. Students can, just like with today's meet, if you've ever seen that, students will get that access code, like you said, and I don't know what just happened. There is an app for this, yes. And Carrie Beth said that she uses it all the time. If you guys don't know Carrie Beth, she was the one who was doing our webinars last year, and she is amazing. So I gave you some more information that you could click on in my PowerPoint, but I actually sent it as a PDF because it sends much better. But that's something maybe you should check out. It's great because you can create it, and the students, like I said, don't even have to have, we're still trying to work out in my county BYOD, so if you're not quite there yet, it is a great way if you just have a classroom full of computers. Like Carrie Beth said, you create the class, you create your classes, and it gives you a code for all your students, and it's super easy to set up. So definitely give that a try if you're looking for how you can do. I know a teacher asked me through email, how do I do pre and post assessments? And right now I've been using Google Forms, but this seems like another great way to do maybe some midway through formative assessments, or even an assessment at the very end. Easy way to set it up. So thank you, Carrie Beth. I appreciate that. That is Go Soapbox. The next thing that I am going to start talking about is digital differentiation model. Now, this came about in about 2012, and they have, I'm sorry guys, I have so many windows open, I am struggling for just a second. They have come out with a flexible learning paths thing link. If you can see up here in the top left corner, most of the information and resources that go with this digital differentiation model are actually thing link documents. And basically what a thing link is a picture of or a video of some sort that you add tags to, and the tags can be anything from PowerPoint slides, text that you type in, videos, all different kinds of things, and I'll talk more about the thing link in a minute. But basically, the reason I wanted to talk about this digital differentiation model is I know I have been throwing out tons and tons of resources, and I've even had a lot of y'all ask, okay, so I have your lesson plans and I have your resources, but I need to know how I can use those things together. So I think that this would be an excellent start for how you could use some of these resources together. So I'm going to show you as you move your mouse, and mine is a little bit delayed, but as I move my mouse on, actually it's a lot delayed, as I move my mouse on one of these tags, all of the little squares on the outside of this colorful flower, when you hold your mouse on them, they actually, I'm going to send this to you guys right now. Send to all. The thing that I just sent out right now is, John, can you tell if that went to everyone? The thing I just sent. And if you guys answer in the chat box, let me know if you received a link that I just sent. It says thinglink.com and a bunch of other stuff at the end. Oh, okay. Someone said yes.
I did not get it either, so I'm not sure. One would have gotten it, and one wouldn't, so. In email. Oh, very good.
I apologize, y'all. They're talking over my intercom.
Yeah.
John, do you know, do they have the ability up at the very top of my address bar to copy that?
No.
Okay.
No, but yeah, but by going into the question area, they can take the link from there.
Oh, I just saw something popped up. I just saw, okay, so okay, it's happening now. Everything's great. Sorry guys. When I hold my mouse over any of these little boxes around the edges, you can see things pop up. When I move it, something else pops up, and all of these are actual videos, websites, text, spreadsheets, all kinds of information, all about how to use these specific tools. So they are. This is amazing. This information, how to use, how people use Google Classrooms, how to use it for understanding and finding information. What are some great tools? So some of these are excellent. So I'm going to show y'all another link that people have used for digital, designing their digital classrooms. Now this one that I just pulled up probably looks exactly the same as the last one. However, this one shows you different slideshows or websites. When I hold my mouse over these little boxes, it shows me when we're talking in this pink area about digital differentiation. When we're talking in the blue area about the flipped classroom. When we're talking in the orange area about 21st century research and what kinds of information or what kinds of tools that we could use for doing this different digital differentiation. John, can you hear me? Or can everybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, it said, are you still talking? Sorry. Okay, so I thought that this was really, really neat, and for me, I haven't been through all of these resources, but I am going to slowly and surely go through these links for you guys. And I just thought that maybe that could give you a start on how to use some of these tools. And then here is another wonderful website that's about to come up. And this was more, and if this, when it does come up, it'll show you maybe it's broken down in a little bit different way when you are designing your digital classroom. If you need your students to do research, you can look at the pink post-it note. If you're doing writing, you could use the yellow post-it note, collaboration, and so on. So these are some really great resources and ways to use these different resources in your classroom. Now, some of you guys have asked about, the next thing is ThingLink, but I'm actually going to take a little step away from that for just a second, and I'm going to show y'all in my binder what I am doing. This is in the teacher binder that I have been telling you guys about and refining every week. I do appreciate. I was wondering, I didn't receive a single response or anyone giving me any kind of suggestions, and I was just waiting, hoping that you guys would let me know what y'all wanted me to talk about. And then I realized that I was looking at the wrong file, and I finally got 9 responses from y'all about things that you wanted to hear about or things that were good or needed, you needed some help. So this is in my teacher binder, and just wanted you guys to know that all of the resources, like the PowerPoints and the recordings, are all located there. But even more importantly, I am in the process of going through each of the, I guess it would be standards, but really topics. So for instance, right now I'm doing 7th grade pretty hardcore because that's where our SLO is in my county. So in 7th grade, you see I have my my curriculum map, our standards for the state, our unit plans, and here underneath the topic of Microsoft Word, I have, and it's really slow, I have the standards, the state standards that I'm supposed to be covering, and then some Word project ideas. And here I have stolen a website that I have found from a teacher in Tewksbury Public Schools that I thought were some excellent project ideas. And I have some other links as well, but what I really wanted you guys to see was any of the resources that are mine, I have gone through, and I still have the instructions and I have all the lesson files, but I have added this lesson plan or plans link at the top, and that is the actual specific lesson plan that goes with that assignment from me. And I have another one here from Microsoft Word. Now, it is definitely, let's see, I've added the lesson plan link, definitely a work in progress. I am trying as quickly as possible to get all of my lesson plans physically attached in this binder. But see, I found some other resources that, are just project ideas. Here is the Mrs. Spallin again. I have added right here, you can see my lesson plan link and so on. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I am trying to make sure to get, as I'm adding new resources, that I'm adding my lesson plans on there so that you know which specific plans go with which lesson. Also, when I talked about Voki last time in our last webinar, I had not incorporated and written the lesson plan that went with it. So here is actually exactly step by step what I have been doing since Friday with my students with that Internet Safety Video Voki project. So, and there's the lesson plan that goes with it, and that is in my binder, and I'll put that link in there right now into the chat in just a second. And I just put that in there. Now, ThingLink. So all of those resources that y'all saw, not my binder, but the resources where they were all colorful and every time you move your mouse over one of those circles, it is a ThingLink. So I am going to show you guys. So obviously you can use them to show all the resources that you have, or you can use them to provide. You could even use them to add your lesson plans if you wanted to, all over a picture of you. I'm probably not going to do that, but that would be a cool idea. They can be infographics, photo galleries, presentations, and I found one that I'm just going to show y'all a couple examples of different ways that people have used them. This right here is a digital media literacy ThingLink, And you guys can see right here, if you sign up for an account, what you can do is by hitting this little heart that I'm holding my mouse over, it says touch, and that basically just means that you have favorited it, or that you liked it, or you love it. And you also can share the link to it, and it gives you a, just like you see this link right up here at the top. You can share the link right there. But basically, this is a great way. You can see there's a slide rocket presentation. I'm holding my mouse over it. I'll leave it there just for a second since we're a little delayed. But you can see as you roll your mouse over any of the different parts. Oh, y'all, it's popped up just for a second, and now you can see it. Now you can see there's a video there I could watch, and there are words with videos, photos, just all different kinds. You can have diagrams, all different kinds of stuff that you could have just attached to a single 2D flat JPEG picture, and you can add all kinds of rich media to it that could give your students a much better understanding of a topic. That was just an example of how someone had used talking about digital media literacy. This is a student example, one that a student created on about business law, or talking about the different types of businesses, whether that is a sole proprietorship, a partnership, a corporation, things like that. And so as you can see, the student started with just a picture of 4 types of business, and they talked about what a franchise was, and maybe some details about a franchise. And you can see here they were even able to include maybe where they got their information from. Now, this is not one of my student examples. I wish it was, but we haven't quite gotten into using a thing link in the classroom yet. But you can see here they have a different tag talking about this franchise that was advantages and disadvantages, and they even have an online resource here. Maybe a video about what is a franchise, and oh, there's the video. This over here maybe is a website example. You can see over here, this one is a partnership. This one is a group, shared ownership. Sole proprietorship is over here, this last one. And so that's an example of how maybe a student could use and create one. I'm going to show you guys in just a second a little bit more info about it. This, I have been a major proponent of the SAMR model, and another teacher created this one about how you could use, not only is this a good example of a thing link, but it is really an amazing way to talk about how you're using writing in the classroom, research in the classroom, and digital citizenship, while also talking about digital media in the classroom. So hopefully you can see in each of these larger bubbles, these blue bubbles off to the side that I'm kind of pointing at, you can see how to use research, how you can use writing, and then maybe what technology you could use to show students are being smart digital citizens. And all of these little red targets, like for example the one that I'm looking at right now, are actually how you could use that, and it's actually a worksheet that you could print off and use. So this is an excellent resource as well. So it's how to integrate digital media into the classroom using 21st century skills, which I think is 100% right on with our curriculum. I saw that from Rebecca. She had a question: do you design your own page for ThingLink? They have, hopefully you guys can still see what's going on my screen, but it's not that you design your own page in ThingLink. You actually design different, they're called thing links, and you design different pictures that have little tags on them. So let me show you. I'm actually not going to click on. If you guys could let me know, it said my screen disappeared. Can you guys see me? If you could just let me know. Okay, looks like it's come back. I hope so. John, do you know why my screen would have disappeared? Because I can still see it in audience view. Okay. Hopefully, well, I'm just going to try to keep going, at least talking. One thing that I thought about doing was maybe we could do something like this picture, which hopefully it'll pop up. This is I just took a screenshot of, and this is a way that you could have your students do it, and I'll talk about how students can actually log in and do this. So this is a picture of Microsoft PowerPoint screen. I took a screenshot and then just saved it as a picture. And so what you could do is you could have your students use this picture of PowerPoint and or Excel, Word, whatever you're working on, and you can have them actually go through and add tags to the different areas, maybe pick out some things that you want them to be able to know, maybe for your SLO. You could have them do this as a review for each of your Microsoft Office screens. So where is the ribbon located? Where are the tabs? Where are the formatting options? So some stuff like that, and they actually can go in and add little tags in there. I am going to, because our screen is a little bit, like I have been saying, it's a little bit delayed, I was going to actually walk through and show you guys how to create one, but I will, by the end of tomorrow, have up on my binder an actual screencast of how to create a thing link. And you can see in my PowerPoint that should be coming up, I have that very last link, or that very last hyperlink there. It says 26 ways to use thing link in the classroom, and those are just different ways that you can use ones that are already created. You can create your own, and you can have your students create their own. Now, I did create a ThingLink teacher account, and I can't remember what's on my next slide. Okay, I created a ThingLink teacher account, and you do have the ability to sign up students to do that. I looked at the terms of service, and as long as you are not attempting to attach or use things that are inappropriate, there is as long as then there are no restrictions about students' age, or they don't have to have an email address to log in. But I will definitely go through all that stuff in the screencast that I make. I saw Jill put up a question to me that said, what is your source for all Microsoft programs? And I'm not sure if you could elaborate a little bit. I will let you know. But basically, we do have books that are called Learning with Computers, and we have adopted that book. However, not everyone in my county actually uses that book, and so what I do is I actually go through and create screencast tutorials that my students use. They are allowed to go through and read the instructions in the book, or they can watch the video that I make, or they can do both or just one. So that's I'm not sure if that's the source you mean for that. But open office. Let me get back to you on that, Jill. I want to show you guys some of this stuff. So some of y'all mentioned differentiation. I have said it previously, talking about allowing my students while I allow them to do, I want them to make a video, but I allow them to go about it in multiple ways. I have been heavily in differentiation research because, like I said last time, it is not one of my strong points. And so sometimes I understand that we are not able to, as business teachers and having to teach software programs such as Word or word processing, if we need them to make a word processing document, it's very hard to differentiate what their product is going to be. So I wanted to make sure to give some specifics or some examples of how we could differentiate in our business classrooms. So right here I have two documents. First, something that I needed to understand was that there are 4 different ways that you can actually use differentiation in your classroom. You see this U in the center, it stays the same, but the 4 different ways are your instructional strategies, your classroom, your content, or your products. And I have examples right here, and this Differentiation Explained document, when it comes up, you'll see I'm definitely not going to go over it because it is lots and lots of text, but it is amazing and wonderful, and it is, open for everyone to use. But basically, it is examples and explanations of what each of the different sections talks about and how you can differentiate in your classroom. But and then this examples right here is talking about how people normally would go about doing that, and then how you can change it and differentiate it for different students. I have put up here, so what are the options? What are your students' options as far as how you can allow them to do different things, whether it be based on their ability, based on their prior knowledge, based on whether they think that they are a visual learner versus a kinesthetic learner versus an auditory learner. And so I have here just some ways, but I'm going to try and make sure not to go over time today. So I have those all out there, laid out there pretty quickly for you. There are some things that I really, really want to show you before I run out of time about specifically Google readability levels, and I'm going to show you how to do that, and that's probably one of the best things that I have found in a long time. I've found some things that are cool, but these 2 things, Google readability levels and readability bookmarklets, are just amazing. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump in really quick and show you guys that. So please forgive me kind of moving things around for just a second. Now, Google readability levels is extremely easy to use, and I never even knew that they existed. So I'm just going to show you guys. I'm going to go to Google, and hopefully it won't take too long. And while I'm waiting for it to load and show you guys, there it goes. Let's see, a topic like economics. I typed in economics, and it just updated for y'all. Now, if I was to go to and click on the button right here that I'm pointing to called Search Tools, and then from this All Results drop-down, I can choose Reading Level, and hopefully, there it goes, Reading Level. When I choose Reading Level, I never knew this even existed. And in fact, I just use this for my Voki PowerPoint, my Voki video project, what I can do is I can click on these three different links you have. It brings up results about economics that are basic reading level, and if I click basic reading level, it all of a sudden changes all of these results to specifically be resources that are at a basic reading level. Intermediate reading level will change to intermediate reading level, and then advanced, the same thing. And so then what I did was I took, I typed in internet safety topics, or for a student that I already know is a struggling reader, what I did was I made a list for those struggling readers. I knew that one of their topics was cyberbullying, and so I went here in Google and I typed in cyberbullying and chose the basic reading level, and I went through and clicked on the different ones that I knew were basic reading levels, and I made a list for that student, and I went ahead and saved that Word document with a list of great resources for that student that I knew was on his or her reading level, and I put it into their student folder. And then when class started, I said, hey, so-and-so, and I went quietly over to that student and I said, hey, I have a list of excellent resources that you can use in your, that's already right there in your student folder. And he or she appreciated that so much because we all know how much craziness could possibly come up from Google just searching for internet safety topics, or whatever it is. So I found that's an excellent resource. Now, and another resource that I have used and that I have recently found is called, pardon me while I jump back to my, it's called Readability Bookmarklets. And when you go to Readability Bookmarklets, this link right here, it takes you to a website, and I will post this in the chat box for you guys just in case. And I'm not sure if you guys saw it, but basically Readability Bookmarklets, all you have to do is drag this little button up into your bookmark bar. And basically the whole point of it is whenever I send students to go and look for different websites or articles, or even send them the direct link, it always has some kind of, this is a good one, that has all kinds of advertisements around on it. And basically, especially if I'm ever sending students to an article, I want them just to get the information and not have to worry about all the other stuff that's going to distract them. So this is not the special thing, this website that you're looking at right now. I just wanted to show you one that has tons of advertisements. Okay, so I'm going to go back up, and whenever I dragged that bookmarklet, that Readability Bookmarklet bookmark, up to the top bar, I'm pointing to it right now, and I click Read Now. Now it's going to take a second, and you'll see that all of a sudden it has taken out all of those. As I scroll down, hopefully it'll update for you guys. I'm just scrolling down. It has taken out every single one of those advertisements, and the students can just straight see words, information, and actually it made the words larger, a larger size font, and easier to read. So I'm in the process of trying to find a really good screen reader that I can attach maybe as an extension to Chrome or something like that. But you can see right here, you can change the font size. You can, I'm over on the left side, you can share. Hopefully that pops up in a second. Share, email, print, and I did try printing from these little icons over on the side, on the left side. There it goes, it pops up. I did try the print icon, and it prints it, it really prints it with no extra stuff, no pictures, no advertisements, and if nothing else, for me it was great because it didn't print out 10 extra pages of extra stuff at the end of my documents. So for your students, if they want to know how you're, or your administrators, if they want to know how you are differentiating right here, you can use the Google search for differentiation, and just for ease of reading for all of your students, not just your struggling readers, you can use that readability bookmarklet option. Sorry, that's a hard one for me to say. Now, notice that it does say on the PowerPoint that I just jumped back to, at my house, I don't update my Internet Explorer browser. I have updated my Internet Explorer browser twice in the past, and it has crashed my computer both times. So I don't update my browser. I did try to use that readability bookmark with Internet Explorer, but I think because it's not an up-to-date version, it did not work. But at my house, it worked great with Chrome and with Firefox. I did it at my school that has an up-to-date Internet Explorer browser, and it worked great. So it just has to be, I guess, an up-to-date browser. So I'm really sorry. I'm seeing that some of y'all can't see my screen, and I don't know why. I'm really sorry. Here, big sorry and shout out to Carrie Beth Jones again. I'm super sorry. Apparently, I had my personal live binder attached to Carrie Beth's. Right underneath hers, I have put the most updated one right here that I just highlighted, so you guys make sure you go and see it. Crazy amounts of great information. I also have Rod Hames up here. If you would like for me to put yours on here, or you have some resources that you would like to share, please let me know. I have my business teacher binder right here that I'm highlighting. That is where, as soon as you click on the link, there is a form for you to fill out. Like I said, I received 9, which I actually need to answer those questions real quick. But this is the form that I'm talking about that I would love for you guys to fill out, send to me, and I will answer your questions, or research and find out the answer if I don't know it. So I'm moving this stuff to the side so you guys can see what I'm about to say super quick, and I'm going to end by 5. So let me know if, there we go. Okay, so I had a teacher send me what are some programs to use business skills with Excel and Word. In receiving that question, I added those extra links to my live binder and my teacher binder so that you guys could see some other information or other ideas or project ideas. Also, I highly recommend going to some of those live binder links that I had on that very last slide in my PowerPoint presentation from today, because they are amazing resources. Now, my county is also in the process, we are in the process of adding to that teacher binder that I've been talking so much about, not just my resources, but I'm going to be gathering my other teacher cohorts in the county and putting some great resources up there too. So please check back soon. If you see a resource that doesn't have a lesson plan, you could definitely let me know, because that might just be an oversight on my part. Someone asked, does anyone have any experience with Blackboard? My county is encouraging us to implement it in our classrooms. I have no experience at all with Blackboard. However, I will look into it and see if I can find some good resources for you, maybe some how-to tutorials or something like that. But if you have some resources, you could send it. You can send them to me if you'd like. You can email them to me. That would be great, because I have some people out there who would really like the some help with with Blackboard. Lesson plans to go with the projects. Thank you so much. I'm really glad that you asked me. I think that was Deborah Austin. Thank you so much for saying that because I'm not really sure. I gave my lesson plans and I gave my projects, but it is a lot to look through, a lot to try to sift through if you don't know exactly what goes together. So I'm glad you said that because it makes a lot more sense. So that's why I went through and decided to go ahead and add that lesson plans link to mine. I have another page or another slide. SLOs, that is something that I can focus on next time, but I think if you, maybe an idea, like I said, could be try to use ThingLink and have your students actually come up with adding those tags to the different Microsoft Office programs. Or one I'm thinking about doing is either networking or business law. I'm going to have my students come up with a ThingLink where they add resources that give definitions to some of the terms that are really important in those subjects. Someone said differentiation is something that they struggle with, so that's why I really focused on that. Another teacher asked me what my classes are scheduled like, and they currently are 40-minute classes. On paper they say that they're 45 minutes, but they're technically only about 40 minutes because we don't have bells. And I have 40 minutes in. I have two 40-minute 8th grade, and then two 40-minute 7th grade, and then two 40-minute 6th grade classes. And that is how mine are structured. So I open up, any of you guys are welcome to ask me any questions that you may have come across or something that maybe you don't understand in my resources. Definitely, I have put right here this link. Fill out my suggestion form on my binder and let me know what you would like to see. I am more than willing to, if I don't know the answer to your question, I will definitely look it up. And yes, Ellen Harrison, thank you. They are 9 weeks classes. Yes. And we currently have an SLO in our 7th grade classes. Our 6th and 8th grade classes do not have SLOs right now. But definitely let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll be downloading this session as an MP4 file, and John will be putting it on the website for, I'm not sure what website, but I'll be putting it on my Live Binder, Business Teacher Live Binder link as well. So we have about 3 minutes. If anyone has any questions, you are welcome to let me know. Microsoft Academy, okay, that is what you meant, Jill. I'm sorry. Jill asked me, am I using Microsoft Academy, Open Office, or did my school buy the software? My county purchased county site licenses for Microsoft Office. Let's see, we have Word, PowerPoint, Excel, Access, Publisher, and we supposedly are getting logins for Microsoft Office 365. However, as of the last words that I've heard, teachers won't get the logins for those Office 365 online, so I'm not really sure how that's going to go. Middle schools do not have access to Microsoft Academy in my county, and that is how we're running it, is straight through the actual software loaded onto our computers here at our schools. So that's why a lot of my resources you may see are Google Docs. We're not shunned or pushed away from using those. We just don't have an online option right now. Our students do not have Gmails. They don't have any kind of email address whatsoever right now, so we're still waiting for those logins. So that's kind of how it works for us. So does anybody else have any questions? One last thing that I wanted to throw out there. So I used Instagrok, the one that I went on and on about last time, and I just want to let you guys know a little update. So Instagrok, it worked pretty well. However, in my county, due to our blockers and our filters for YouTube videos and pictures, I had to send my students to actual YouTube education in a new tab, not through Instagrok, and I had to send them to maybe Google Images or something like that for them to be able to actually get the videos and images that I had. So if you are looking for a way to use Instagrok, that is on my teacher, well, actually it's on my business teacher live binder. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. And y'all have a wonderful, wonderful break. I don't think our next, before I stop that, I don't think our next webinar is until January, but I definitely will be checking over all of these breaks for any questions that you guys might have, or definitely any suggestions or recommendations that you would like to send to me. So you guys have a wonderful holiday until I see you next time in January. Thank you.